Alright, this video here is not my typical Mailbag Monday type video of unboxing packages and stuff came from mail. This is more of kind of a gathering of tools and showing off some stuff that I got here recently, getting my Christmas light display, getting ready to go. This is part 2 of the video from last week. So let's get into it. I got a pretty good pair of needle nose pliers. I think these are 4-inch ones. Got a little wire cutter on them. I probably won't use a wire cutter, but had a pair and they just rusted up and they're old and the tips were bent on them, so I needed a good pair. And the reason I came out around with this one is my 3D printer has a real small Torx head bit on the extruder cover. And I needed to take the cover off, and it was a T10. Well, they give you one, and I could barely get my hands around the handle of that thing. I couldn't even get enough torque on it to, break free the screws. So I went to Lowe's and I found this set. Has like a 10 or 11, 12, whatever it is, different whatever you call these, bits, excuse me. That's the one I needed. That little small one there, and I didn't buy this whole set. Hey, interlock, come out, swap around. You got a good grip on it, and also you don't have to use that. This cap comes off and you can stow your bits down inside there. And I forgot how much I paid for this. It was probably 10, 12 bucks. But overall, I've been using it for a couple weeks now, and I really like it so far. Also, while at Lowe's, I picked up some number 4x40 1-inch screws, machine screws. What those are for is when I put the relay boards in Arduino board on the board for my Christmas display. That's the screws that fit inside the holes that I mount it down with. Now, going back to my 3D printer. How well you can be able to see this, but I 3D printed a bunch of different size spacers that fit these screws. So then the board will sit off the computer board will sit off the board that it's mounted to and give it airflow. So a little 3D printer's come in handy so far. I got these, and there's a couple other ones down inside there, different lengths. They're all about 1 inch long. Should be plenty long, pretty long. And another thing I did with the printer, going back to the resistors, this is a little tray that holds the resistors, so I don't have to sit there and dig them out of a bag or whatever. They come in a little cardboard thing, but I think set them in here is going to be a little bit easier. If not, I got a tray for whatever else. This right here, you can mount it on a wall, or in my case, it can be on the side of my workbench over here. What it does is holds these jumper wires. These are jumper wires that go into the Arduino, and you can mount to the relay boards or other, little breadboards like this. Little pin just sits in there, locks in place. Well, right off screen here, I have a whole pile of them. I gotta get them a little more organized. I'm trying to get this desk organized. So what this does, they just slide in there, holds them in place, and then I can screw this to the side of my workbench, and then I think it's going to work out pretty well. If it does, I'll print me another one. I've got plenty of space over here, so that's going to help me get a little more organized as well. Now these right here, I printed up too. What these are is a breadboard. This is a small version of it. I got the larger version. What this does, use this for example, just imagine this is bigger. Sits on top of that. These little feet hold them down. You can screw it into a board or whatever you want to screw it into. I got some of couple of the larger ones coming up. They'll be here in a couple days, couple weeks, hopefully in a couple days. But those will hold down. That's for a little prototyping I got going on in my mind. Hopefully it's going to work. That's why I was hoping to get those resistors and stuff in today, but I didn't. Then we need to make a lot of extension cords, and I'm talking a lot of extension cords. I'm going to need 52 and probably close to 60 extension cords. Yeah, if you look at one of my previous videos, I made some extension cords. I'll show you how to do it for low amperage outdoor Christmas lights. Need a good pair of wire strippers. I got these at Lowe's. These are the Woods brand. It's not the most expensive brand, it's not the cheapest brand, it's a good middle line brand. Has where you can use your crimp connectors. These right here, when you line them up, you can take your machine screws like these, and you set them in the appropriate hole, thread them in there, close it, and it cuts them off. So if, say, this 1 inch is too long, I needed it, you know, 3/4 of an inch, I just screw it in there to a mark, clamp it down, then I got 3/4 inch screws. Got a good healthy wire cutter and the strippers. I've used these strippers already on a couple things, and they're actually pretty sharp, and pretty impressed with them so far. I think this was probably $12, $13, $14, something like that, but they good insulated, got a good grip on them, so so far I'm pleased with them. Another thing, needed some Wago connectors. What this is, and you've probably seen these before in another video I had, but this connects wires together. When you put your wire in here, everything that is in this connector is all connected to itself. So you can feed power into it, and then you can have, you know, 5 powers coming out. It's basically a distribution block for electrical house wire. I'm probably going to need another box of those, so I'm going to go ahead and order one of those here this afternoon. Next off, I got some 14-2 wire. It's your common house wire, but common house wire is a 12-2 wire. Holds a little bit more current. Now you might be wondering, why did you go with 14-2? Well, the relay boards and the Arduino, the relay boards and the outlets, when you fit the 14-2 better. The 14-2, when I strip it down, it will snap right in place with the terminals on the relay boards. And these are those terminal strips I was telling you about. The power is going to come in here. 12 gauge is a little bit too big for these. It doesn't fit. And I didn't want to force it, didn't want to break it, didn't want to modify it. So I figured out 14-2 works better. Also, when you're using standard home outlets, a lot of times you just strip off the wires, curl around the screws. I'm sure everybody's seen it. But if you ever look on the back of them, a lot of them have push connectors where you strip off about a 1/2 inch or 3/8 of an inch of the wire, and it pushes in the back of the outlet. There's no curling, there's no tightening up. It locks it in place, and it's still UL listed, it's still safe, and it doesn't come loose. So it works out better, and it saves me a little bit of time doing it that way. Now I could have just gotten 14 gauge solid wire like I did last year. I bought, you know, 2 little spools of it. Those spools were kind of expensive for being just a single strand wire. Well, this is 14-2 with the ground, so it's actually 3 wires in here. Open this up, let you look real quick here. You can tell there's 3 wires inside of there. It's got a white, a black, and a ground. Well, that's exactly what I need for wiring everything else, all the outlets up. So that's just like wiring up your house. You need 3 wires, hot, neutral, and a ground. What I can do is take this white coating off of this wire. It just pulls off, you know, cut it and strip it down. And then that way I can have 3 wires sitting right there already colored. And by buying this 50-foot roll, I saved myself probably, I want to say it's about $5, $7, $8 just by buying this roll. Yeah, it's going to take me a little bit longer to strip the coating on it, but you know, that $5, $8 is going to come in handy if I have to buy, you know, another relay board or another tool or something like that. So just a little penny pinching thing that I came up with. And then I got another 10-pack of the residential 15 amp outlets. These are the outlets that's going to go in the boxes that I'm using. And speaking of boxes, these are the boxes I'm going to be using. These are a 4-gang, means they will hold 4 outlets. Old work box. Now, why you call it an old work box? Well, new work or new construction boxes have the nails on the side of them, where they, you know, you don't have any sheetrock up. You just set it up there, beat your nail into your stud. It's done. What this is a old work. You cut a hole in your sheetrock, slide this in, and then when you turn these screws here, these little wings come out, and when you tighten them down, they grab hold of the sheetrock or plywood or paneling or whatever your wall's made out of. So this is a whole lot easier option than using the new construction boxes. They're a little bit more expensive. They're about $7.50 a piece, and I've bought 6 of these, and I bought a 3-gang box, which, you know, just looks like this, has 3 outlets, and that's going to be another part of the box too. Same thing, just 3. And here's probably one of my better scores I made. At work, they were doing some cleaning out, getting rid of some stuff, things that have been sitting around too long, things they couldn't technically use anymore because, you know, company policies, so on and so forth. This is like 5 or 6 extension cords and this nice surge protector here. I got all these. I want to say I paid $5. It might have been $10. I think it was $10. I think there's, you know, like I said, 5, 6, 8 cords in here. Not real long, but they're good extension cords, 3-prong cords. Not real heavy duty, but I don't need really anything really heavy duty. This will save me a little bit of time when I go to make my extension cords, my homemade custom length extension cords. You know, for the money I pay for it, I can't go wrong. You know, a decent power strip like this, or a decent surge protector is going to cost you $6, $7, $8, if not more. So then, you know, add on some more cords. I think I did pretty good with that one. Alright, so this is just some of the things I've been grabbing over the last couple of weeks. You know, I still need probably another 4 boxes of these outlets, and should have enough wire. This is just something that not something I really needed, but it's going to be kind of handy. We'll see how well they work. You know, the spacers save me a good bit of money, because if you ever go look at spacers at the hardware store, you're going to pay a couple bucks for 2 or 3 spacers. I got this whole bag right here. It probably cost me, you know, maybe $1 material, if even that much, to print all these. You know, more time than anything. And these are about $1 a piece. Gotta have them. Helps out. Always need a good pair of tools: pliers, screwdriver, wire cutters. You know, they're kind of an investment. You know, not just a one-time use type thing. The wire is going to save me, like I said, a couple bucks. You know, $5, $6, $7, $10, whatever it is. Separating everything out. You know, these Wago connectors I'm going to need. I'm going to need probably another box of these. You know, I used some of these previously. I got all my boxes. I got 6 of these. And got to find my 3-gang box. But, you know, that and the extension cords. Yeah, that's just about all I need. I got one more shipment coming in. It's going to be a pretty big shipment, like I said. But I'm trying to get my lights turned on Black Friday. I will start actually putting them up the first or second weekend in November. So I don't have a whole lot of time. You know, approximately 50, 60 days. Get everything built, get everything laid out. It takes me about 2 weeks to get my lights set up on a normal basis. This year's going to be longer because, like I said, every strand of lights is going to be controlled by that control box, which means I have to run more extension cords instead of daisy chaining a lot of the lights off each other. Now everything is going to have its own extension cord, and I got to make the extension cords. So, yeah, that's why I'm getting started now. Like I said, I got another big package coming in. I might show that one off when it comes in. We'll see. But, you know, just a little taste of what you're going to need if you're wanting to build your own light box. Like I had in my previous video last year, you can build one of these 48 channel light boxes. They cost, I want to say, a little less than $1,000 after shipping. I'm building it for less than $400, easily less than $400, and I'm building it how I want to. I'm not stuck with somebody else's design. I don't have to buy their programs. I don't have, you know, it's customizable the way I want it to. And, you know, I got the satisfaction of, you know, hey, look what I built. You know, I like building stuff. Anyways, enough of that rambling. I appreciate y'all watching, and look forward to the other videos of me putting all this stuff to use. Not a very good teacher, but we'll see how well it works out. Appreciate y'all watching. We'll see you next time.